Hello, my name is Elodie Springer and I'm the UK International Country Development Manager at the University of Southampton. I'll be talking to you today about choosing and applying to the right university. This talk will explore the things to consider, including choosing a course, choosing a university, Russell Group universities, student experience, league tables, how to apply, and University of Southampton introduction. When it comes to choosing a university, you'll be pleased to hear that there is a lot of choice out there, with 700,000 plus applicants chasing 450,000 places on over 70,000 different degrees at 350 higher education institutions. So the most important thing to consider is the course. After all, you will study this subject for 3 years if you're studying an undergraduate degree or more, so it needs to be something that you are interested in and enthusiastic about. For some careers, you need a specific degree to enable you to be qualified in these professions. So for example, to be a doctor, you'll need to study medicine. To be a teacher, you'll need to study a course that offers the qualified teacher status. And to become a nurse, nursing. But for lots of other careers, you may not need a specific degree subject. So if you are unsure about your future career, then when you think about what course to study, you should consider what really interests you, what you have enjoyed studying in the past, and what are you passionate about, what skills and strengths you have. You might be surprised to know that the majority of employers don't specify a particular subject area or degree for graduates when they advertise their jobs. And you may not have considered or researched what you can do or where graduates of a particular subject end up working. These are just a few examples, but you may not have realized that you can study geography and go in banking, or biochemistry and work in sales. It's all about using the transferable skills that you've obtained throughout your degree and applying these to the world of work. PricewaterhouseCoopers is a multinational professional services network headquartered in London. It's the second largest professional services firm in the world. And PricewaterhouseCoopers said, last year, almost half of our graduate recruits had degrees in arts, humanities, science, law, or social sciences. So it's not just business and accounting subjects. Companies are looking to develop and build teams, and it's important for them to employ graduates with diverse skills. If you're unsure what to study, you could look at websites like Prospects and work backwards to see where graduate schemes are available and see what you need to study at university to keep your options open. There are a number of different courses available, some that you may have considered and others perhaps not. So these are some of the most common types. Single honours, 100% of your time studying one subject, although many institutions will also have some degree of flexibility where you can study other modules outside of your discipline. Joint honours, which is 50-50, so you'd be studying two different subjects. Major minor combinations, usually 75% of your time studying one subject and 25% of your time studying a second subject. Sandwich courses, where you study year 1 and year 2 and usually have a placement year, either in the workplace, in industry, or sometimes a year abroad in year 3, and then return to university to finish your last year. Bachelor degrees tend to be 3 years, although there are many integrated master's programs which tend to be 4 years. And then a master's if you're doing a qualification after your undergraduate degree, which is 1 year. The UCAS website is a really good starting point when beginning to research courses. You can now start doing your research for your courses for 2021 entry to university, although you won't be able to apply until UCAS opens on the 8th of September. Here is an example of a search for all history courses in England. There are over 2,000. This means a lot of choice, which is great as you can find the best course for you, but it also means that you need to start your research early. For some more niche subjects, there may be far less of a choice of programs on offer, so this may have more of an influence of where you decide to apply. Cardiac physiology, for example, there are 5 choices in the UK. And you can also use the filters to refine your search. In relation to the course, an important consideration will be the entry requirements. So find out about the entry requirements, what they are they achievable, and are there any specific requirements? The UCAS website is useful to look at the entry requirements. Remember to consider not only the grades, but any specific or preferred subjects you may need. You will also need to look at any course-specific requirements, such as any entry tests like LNAT for law or BMAT or UCAT for medicine. You will also need to look for things like if you need any work experience so that you can organize this in plenty of time. The majority of universities will have an international section on their website, which should give you the equivalent grades and the qualification they require from your country. However, exact grades for a specific course may not always be clearly published online, so it's important to get in touch directly with the universities and ask. You can contact the admissions team for the course or the international office who will be able to help. As an international student, you will also need to demonstrate that you meet the English language requirements for your chosen course. You should do your research to find out which tests are required by different universities. IELTS tends to be the most popular, however, universities will also accept other tests such as TOEFL, Cambridge exams, and others. With the current COVID-19 situations and many IELTS centres closed around the world, universities are accepting other tests such as Duolingo or TOEFL home editions. So you should ask universities or check universities' websites. If you have studied and been assessed in the medium of English for the whole duration of your studies or for 1 or 2 years, you may not need an additional English test, as some universities may accept this. So again, you should check with the universities and ask them directly. If you are applying for an undergraduate degree, your application can be broken down into 4 separate sections, which you can see on the slide now. It's important to use your 5 choices on your application wisely to ensure you apply for the right type of course for you. Be aspirational with your choices, but also be realistic with your predicted grades and what you really want from your university experience. If you are applying for a master's degree, you do not need to apply via the UCAS website and can generally apply directly online to the university of your choice. You will also need to meet the grade requirements. Generally, universities will ask for the equivalent of a 2:1 degree or above. You will also need to check if there are any specific module requirements and a minimum grade required in these modules. You will also need to provide 2 academic or employer references, a personal statement, possibly a copy of your CV, and a copy of your transcripts and qualification. One important part of the application is the personal statement. If you want more information on how to prepare a personal statement for undergraduate studies and other useful tips, I suggest you check the University of Southampton Schools Liaison YouTube channel, as you will find many more useful short 5-minute presentations. You should also, of course, check the UCAS website and other resources mentioned in this presentation, as well as universities' websites. The next area you'll want to consider is the reputation of both the course and the institution along with taking into account if you are looking at going to a Russell Group university. 18 out of the world's top 100 universities are based in the UK, and 17 out of the 18 are in the Russell Group. The Russell Group are research-intensive universities that have national and international reputation to be world-class institutions. They are generally competitive and can have higher entry requirements, but it is recognized amongst employers how competitive these universities are and that the quality of graduates and their experience is very valuable. The Russell Group are the top 24 research-intensive universities. This is the Russell Group. Not all universities are the same. Russell Group universities are research-intensive universities that offer outstanding learning and teaching experiences. They have strong links with the business and the public sector. So, for example, businesses invest money into universities so that they can undertake specific research projects. They are also able to attract experts in their field. So you can be sure to be taught by experts and have an education that is informed by the latest research. Lots of people ask if they should only apply to Russell Group universities. You should do your research and choose the university that best fits you. There are some fantastic universities that are not in the Russell Group. Russell Group universities are targeted by top employers like these top employers here. They attend fairs that universities organize and pick the best students to go and work with them. There is evidence to show that earning potential differs depending on the type of universities you go to. This graph shows that Russell Group university graduates tend to earn more than non-Russell Group university graduates. However, this can vary depending on the individual and other factors. The final group of things that you'll want to take into account is your student experience. We want you to have a fantastic time at university. You will not just be studying, so you must explore other factors that are important, such as facilities, the clubs and societies on offer, what is the location like, transport links to the city, and what is the city like. You may also want to consider the size of the university you want to study at, whether you'd want to study at a campus-based university with approximately 10 to 15,000 students, like York, Durham, Oxford, Warwick or St Andrews, or a city campus-based universities with 20 to 40,000 students, such as Manchester, Southampton, Bristol, Newcastle, Leeds, Nottingham or Edinburgh. So as mentioned earlier, it's not just about the course, so make sure you research the facilities, such as what is the accommodation like, the library, the computer labs, teaching rooms, is there 24-hour access, the social life, cafes, restaurants, bars, nightclubs, sports, societies, etc. And other attractions. So do you have the opportunity to study abroad? Do you have the opportunity to do work placements or a sandwich year? What are the contact hours like, the class sizes? And finally, what is the local area like and the transport links? So it's really important to make an educated and informed decision and find the right university for you, offering you the right course. The good news is that the UK is one of the best places to study in the world. My advice is to start researching as soon as possible, and this slide features a number of resources you can check. League tables can be very useful and informative, but make sure you take them with a pinch of salt and look at the data and scores and what they mean. So for example, student experience, is it teaching, is it quality of research, or is it student to staff ratio that is being looked at? Even if your subject is offered at one of the best institutions in the world, you need to make sure it also fulfills your other requirements and preferences. So don't just choose a course based on a ranking table. They change year on year and different tables will tell you different things. Universities can offer you the same type of course, but the content and your experience will be very different at each university. It's really important to look at the modules you will be studying and compare them, and also look at the optional modules available to shape your knowledge and interests. Some universities also offer flexible undergraduate programs with a choice of interdisciplinary modules which will stretch your knowledge in other areas of study, as well as the options to take a minor subject alongside your main area of study. If you are applying for an undergraduate degree, you will need to apply through UCAS, the Universities and Colleges Admissions Service. You can apply to up to 5 universities, and the official UCAS deadline is the 15th of January 2021 if you want to start in September 2021. If you're applying to Oxford and Cambridge or medicine and dentistry, the deadline is earlier, the 15th of October 2020. Many universities continue to accept EU and international students until later in the year, until the end of June. If you haven't yet applied for September 2020, you can still do so provided that the course you are interested in is not full. Also, if you have already applied and if you haven't received any offers, or if you apply after the 30th of June, you can apply through clearing. Clearing is how universities fill any places they still have on their courses. If you are interested in this option, check the university's websites to learn more about their clearing options. If you are applying for a master's program, you can apply directly with the university of your choice. UCAS also provides a postgraduate application management service, and UCAS can be a helpful place to research courses. There is no limit to the number of universities or courses you may apply for, but bear in mind that a deposit may be required to secure your place on the course. You'll need to apply by June or July for many of the postgraduate courses that start in September or October. However, don't wait until the last moment to apply. To be safe, it's better to apply at least 6 months in advance, so around March time. This section of the presentation will provide a short introduction to the University of Southampton. The University of Southampton is a world-class university and a founding member of the Russell Group. It's ranked in the top 20 universities in the UK and in the top 100 in the world. The university was awarded silver by the Teaching Excellence and Student Outcomes Framework, or the TEF. It's number 1 in the world as Global University Business Incubator. And finally, it has a global outlook with 25,000 students and 30% of these being international. Southampton is a comprehensive research-intensive university with over 350 courses in 65 subject areas across our 5 faculties. The city of Southampton is located on the south coast of England. It's one of the top 3 cities to live in Britain and has a rich history. It is very well connected to the rest of the UK and to major cities such as London, Bristol, Bath and Bournemouth. Southampton is just 70 minutes away from London by direct train, and its international airport links the city to a large number of UK and European destinations. Here are 3 tables which show the university subject rankings according to the Sunday Times Good University Subject Guide, the Complete University Guide, and the Guardian. Your education at Southampton is directly influenced by our cutting-edge research. Here is a flavour of some of the facilities we have to offer. The Institute of Sound and Vibration Research is a world-leading research centre which was created in 1963, whose aim is to reduce noise and vibration in engineering applications. The Wind Tunnel Complex has been at the forefront of aerodynamics research for more than 30 years. It has been used by industries including Formula One, aerospace, marine, maritime and performance sports. We work extensively with the English Institute of Sports and national sport governing bodies such as British Cycling. The wind tunnels are also available for student aerodynamics project work. The university's Bloomberg Trading Suite is equipped with 24 sophisticated computer terminals that are linked to the Bloomberg financial software tools used by professional traders in London and around the world. Students can gain experience of using an analytics and equity trading platform, data services, and news from financial companies and organizations worldwide, invaluable for career in finance. And finally, the Southampton Nanofabrication Centre is one of Europe's leading multidisciplinary cleanroom complexes. It provides the environment and unique facilities to advance our world-leading research in nanotechnology, which is developing the next generation of photovoltaics, microsystems, and point-of-care healthcare systems. Southampton is a multi-campus university with 5 campuses in Southampton, 1 in Winchester and 1 in Malaysia. Our main campus is Highfield campus. There are many ways you can connect with Southampton to find out more about our courses by chatting with our current students, with our staff, and listening to our webinars. In addition, you can join us next Wednesday, the 24th of June, at our undergraduate virtual open day to find out more. To find out more about clubs and societies, make sure you also check our students' union called SUSU, which stands for Southampton University Students' Union at susu.org. Good luck with your applications.